The first late notice hung on the fridge like a red flag. 2 cups of coffee went cold while they whispered numbers that didn't add up and promises they weren't sure they could keep. If you've been wondering how to rebuild trust after relationship stress, you're not alone, and you're right on time. Tonight is about finding your footing again, one steady breath at a time. Picture a couple at the kitchen table with a stack of envelopes and a short fuse. The dishwasher hums, the dog sighs, and a calendar shows 3 cancelled plans circled into blue. It has been a tough financial year, and everything feels personal, even when it isn't. This is where repair begins, not where love ends. Welcome to Whispered Hearts. English, a calm corner for couples who want to grow stronger without pretending everything is easy. We keep things human, practical, and gentle on tired hearts. If this is your first time here, take the pressure off your shoulders. You don't have to fix everything tonight to start feeling better. Stress doesn't just tighten budgets, it tightens throats. It makes good people short on patience and long on worry. Therapists report that when life gets loud, attention narrows to problems and misses the person across the table. No one is the villain in that story. You're just both carrying too much. Trust frays when expectations and reality stop shaking hands. Promises get rushed, plans get dropped, and small forgettings stack like bricks. It can feel like respect is thinning when it's actually bandwidth that's gone missing. Have you noticed any of these echoes in your week? Before we go further, here's a curiosity that can change the tone fast. Ask each other, what would help you feel safer this week? Then wait and listen for the smallest answer. Not the perfect one. Safer is the soil where honesty can grow. What might your partner say if you gave them that question tonight? But there's something even quieter holding love together. It is not big speeches or perfect timing. It is consistent micro-gestures that tell your nervous systems, home is safe, we are teammates. Those gestures don't erase stress. They make you bigger than it. Think of stress like a storm that soaked your porch. You can't make the clouds rewind, but you can dry the chairs and light a lamp. You rebuild by how you speak in hard moments, how you plan the next small step, and how you celebrate the first good inch forward. What would a dry chair look like in your world tonight? Let's start with communication check-ins that don't feel like a meeting. Keep them short and predictable. 2 times a day often works. 1 at breakfast, 1 after dinner. Use a simple pattern so you don't have to invent it when you're tired. Try a porch pause in the morning with 2 questions. What's one thing I can carry today? And is there anything you want me to know before we start? Keep the answers simple, even if the feelings aren't. Then trade 1 sentence of gratitude from the day before. Which question feels easiest to ask first? Evenings get a different kind of check-in. Sit where the light is soft, living room lamp, not overhead glare. Start with tone, not topic. Slow voice, open hands, kind eyes. Say, I want this to be a safe 10 minutes, and mean it. What space in your home could hold that safety best? When something bumps, scale your words down and your care up. I'm prickly because I'm worried, not because of you. I want us to be on the same side. Could we slow down and try again? Repair is trust in work clothes. When would a slower sentence help you both breathe? Stress impacts trust because it steals the margin for missteps. Tiny mistakes feel massive when there's no cushion. Research shows people hear threat sooner when they're overwhelmed, even if none was intended. So you build a cushion on purpose by naming feelings, asking for small actions, and keeping your tone warm. Now for shared problem solving, that doesn't turn you into opposing lawyers. Sit on the same side of the table, literally. Put the problem on paper and place it where you both can see it. You're battling the list, not each other. What would change if your bodies mirrored your goal? Start with a gentle inventory of what is. List 4 realities without blame. We're paying off the car. Groceries went up. Your hours changed. We agreed to help family this month. Then pick one small knob you can turn together. Doable beats dramatic every single time. Which knob can you turn first? Create a simple plan with job titles that feel kind. One of you handles due dates and reminders. The other contacts providers and asks about options. You both agree to text updates before moving money. Write it down on a sticky note and treat it like a team charter. What's a title you would actually enjoy? Stress loves silence because silence lets fear do the storytelling. Break that silence with short updates delivered softly. Paid the electric bill. Balance is X. We're okay. Called about the charge. It's fixed. Set an alert so we don't miss the date. Your voice becomes the sound of safety. What's an update you could offer tomorrow? Before we shift, a quick invitation to your future self. Picture the two of you 6 months from now. The stack of envelopes is smaller. Your shoulders sit lower. What tiny habit would future you thank you for starting tonight? Now, the second building block is celebrating small wins as if they're big on purpose. Pride comes back faster when you notice progress out loud. Create a jar of wins on the counter. Every time something goes right, drop in a note and reread them when the week is heavy. What win could you name from today? Rituals make progress visible. Try a Friday night. We did it toast, with sparkling water in mismatched glasses. Make pancakes on Sunday and write one good thing on the back of a grocery receipt. Start a sticker trail on the calendar for every day you avoid snapping at each other in traffic. What ritual sounds fun, not forced? Small wins aren't only about money or tasks. They're about kindness under pressure. We paused before the argument got sharp. You asked how I was, not just what I did. I told you I was scared, and you didn't rush me. These count more than you think. Which kindness did you notice this week? Forgiveness rituals help reset the air after a rough patch. Keep it simple and dignified. Hold a smooth stone in your palm and say, I'm letting go of the way I spoke last night. Place the stone in a bowl by the door, or write the moment on scrap paper and tear it once, together. Which ritual would feel respectful to you both? But there's a deeper layer that matters even more, and it often gets missed. Trust doesn't return to the old shape after stress. It grows a new one, stronger and more flexible. That new shape needs gentle honesty and specific promises you can keep right away. What new promise feels reachable by Wednesday? Make promises that are measurable and kind. I'll text when I'm running late. I'll ask before moving money. I'll bring the bill to the table on Tuesdays so we decide together. Then keep them, quietly and consistently. Trust loves repetition. Which promise could you keep 3 times this week? Let's check back on our kitchen table couple. Their year pressed them hard. They cut streaming services and cancelled a trip, and some nights they didn't have much to say. One evening, they sat side by side, not across, with a notebook they labelled Team Notes. It changed their angle on the problem. They built a 10-minute morning huddle with coffee. They gave each other job titles that fit their strengths. They started a jar that caught every little win, even the silly ones like brought our own snacks. After a month, the jar was full enough to shake. What would fill your jar by next month? Repair showed up in their voices. When tension spiked, one of them would say, "I'm on your side here," and the heat lowered. They shifted from, "Why did you do that?" to "What made that feel urgent?" Questions like that treat each other with dignity, even when the day has been unkind. Which question would soften your next hard moment? Midway through, I want to say this clearly to your heart. If you are listening to this because you feel shaky, you are not broken. You are brave. If you need a place that believes softness is strength, whispered hearts. English will keep a light on for you. When was the last time you gave yourselves credit for trying? Back to the practicals that keep connection steady while you heal. Add a no-scroll zone to part of the evening. Put phones in a basket by the door and let the living room breathe again. Turn on a warm lamp, not the bright overhead. Sit close enough that your knees touch and let silence be a bridge. Could you try 20 minutes, just to see? Season can help with mood. In winter, step onto the porch and breathe the crisp air together for a minute before going inside. In spring, crack a window and let the rain smell freshen the house. In autumn, take a short walk and listen to leaves sound like paper under your shoes. In summer, chase golden hour to the park and watch the sky change. Which season steadies you most? Shared resilience looks like dividing heavy loads in a way that honors each other's gifts. Maybe you're better at phone calls while your partner is a wizard with spreadsheets. Maybe you hold calm in a crisis while they remember details under pressure. Lean into that. Admiration is glue. What strength of theirs could you praise out loud tonight? When a plan shifts, keep your dignity and your grace. Say, "I wish I had checked before moving that money. Next time I'll send a one-line update first." Then do it. Forgiveness isn't forgetting. It's choosing not to keep score when someone is working in good faith. What update would help you both feel aligned this week? If you have kids, let them see the teamwork, not the tension. A small family huddle where you say, "Money is tight right now, but we are okay and working together," can calm the house. Protect your couple time with a simple sign on the bedroom door that reads, "10-minute talk, back soon." What boundary would support your home? Stress recovery benefits from kindness scheduled in advance. Put 3 hearts on next month's calendar for low-cost connection. A library date with coffee you bring from home. A neighborhood walk after dinner with silly questions. A thrift store challenge with $5 each. Which heart will you circle first? Sometimes the hardest part is starting when you feel behind. Lower the bar until it's kind. 2-minute hugs. A 1-sentence apology spoken slowly. A shared playlist for commutes so you feel a little together when you're apart. Small works because small repeats. What's your 2-minute thing today? You'll also want a shared language for check-ins that doesn't shame. Try colors. I'm green tonight. Good energy. I'm yellow. Thin patience. I'm red. Need quiet first. Colors help you care without guessing. What color are you right now? If a conversation gets stuck, take it outside and walk side by side. Movement helps words move too. Name the goal of the talk in 1 line before you begin. I want to understand how to make next week easier. Goals make fights into collaborations. What 1-line goal would help your next talk? Remember to keep tenderness in the room. Leave notes where only they will find them. A folded card under a pillow that says, "I see how hard you're trying." A sticky note on the steering wheel that says, "Proud of you today." Tenderness doesn't fix the math, but it fixes the mood the math lives in. Where could your next note hide? When you feel the first honest stretch of relief, celebrate it. Light a candle at dinner and name the moment. We paid the bill on time. We stayed kind during a hard call. We kept our promise to talk before moving money. These lines stitch the fabric of trust back together. What line could you say tonight? If a setback arrives, and it might, refuse to assign a villain. Speak about impact and next action, not character. Missing that date scared me. I'd like a safety reminder on Sundays. I'll set one too. That's how accountability sounds when love is in the room. What Sunday reminder would help? Set a shared vision that feels possible and warm. Not a complicated spreadsheet dream, but a picture. The two of you on a spring weekend, walking into a farmer's market with a little envelope labeled treats. The porch in summer with string lights and music low. The first autumn evening where the air smells like fresh starts. What picture would make you exhale? Hold hope with both hands. Hope isn't denial. It's the decision to keep building even when the boards are heavy. Tell each other what you still believe. I believe we're on the same side. I believe we can learn new ways. I believe this stress is not our identity. Which belief do you want to say out loud? And on days when you slip, practice graceful repair without a speech. I'm sorry for the edge in my voice. You didn't deserve that. Offer one action that honors the apology. I'll take the call tomorrow so you can rest. Then follow through. That's what love looks like dressed for work. What action could carry your next apology? As you gather momentum, protect mornings and endings. Start with a 5-breath hug or a shared line over coffee. End with a sentence that blesses tomorrow. May tomorrow surprise us with something easy. May we keep our voices soft. Little benedictions change the climate of a home. Which line would you borrow? If you keep a jar of winds, empty it at the first snow or the first burst of spring. Read each note aloud and remember how far you've come. You'll hear your courage reflected back to you. You'll hear your kindness, your grit, and your humor. What will your favorite note say? Before we close, here's a gentle challenge with a soft landing. Choose one micro-promise you can keep in the next 24 hours. Put it where you'll see it. Keep it even if the day runs long. Then tell your partner you kept it. What's one small win you've celebrated with your partner recently? Share it below. When the year eased, our kitchen table couple didn't look the same as before. They looked steadier. They looked like people who had learned to speak gently while carrying heavy bags. The stack of envelopes shrank, but more importantly, the distance did. They had become the kind of team that makes hard seasons feel less sharp. Thank you for trusting your story with us. You deserve a connection that is both kind and durable. A home where stress is real, but not the ruler. If being here gave your heart a little room, remember you can return to whispered hearts. English, whenever you need a warm light and a calm voice. What promise will you keep first? The future you're walking toward is not fancy. It's solid. It's two people who learned to listen, to plan, to forgive, and to celebrate the inching forward. You don't have to sprint. You only have to continue. And when you wonder where to start, remember this truth you can carry in your pocket. You can rebuild trust after relationship stress. Together,